The reason that you do this is because of the fact that these little bearings inside of here will actually kind of come apart and send little tiny bearings, rod bearings, throughout the entire, head and all through your motor and stuff. So. Alright, so we're getting ready to go ahead and change out these springs, and as well as the retainers, because I got me some BTR 660 dual springs with titanium retainers. And I bought this little tool on eBay, and I figured I would go ahead and try it out and kind of show you how to use it. I will tell you the instructions are not the greatest. Of course, it does say, tool must be used by a professional. So, well, who needs that? All right. Anyways, so I've got it figured out though. All right. So you got your heads down on the table here for you, okay? What you're going to go ahead and do, there's a little spacer piece that you're going to use, which kind of helps to gap it away from the wall. All right, you take that, and here's the tool. You kind of have to do some pre-assembly, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You thread the bolt in through your tool, lock it down with a nut, all right? Then this basically goes in just like this. Tells you where the top is, right? Kind of set it right on the holes, line everything up. Gives you 2 bolts to use. And of course, this slides back and forth so that you can line everything up. And we'll go ahead and just kind of thread those down. Once we get kind of close, I'm going to line it up a little bit better, get it more centered. Nice and centered. All right, we'll go ahead and snug it down a little bit. Just kind of a hand tight, nothing crazy. And then this tool, as you can see, has the little grooves in it. Lines up. Basically sits right over those springs. Makes it easy. Then it comes with your little washer and your nut to spin it on there. And then what I did not grab was a little ratcheting wrench and your magnet. I would like to find myself a smaller magnet, but that's alright. We'll use this one. So it should be okay. Alright, and basically all you do is just kind of, I'm not sure if this meant this, that's what I thought. I grabbed the wrong size wrench. I meant to grab a 13. I'm kind of wondering if I'm not supposed to use the spacer on this one, see? Instructions are not great. It tells me to use the spacer. Maybe I put the wrong side. Let's try it this way. There we go. All right. Now, one thing I did do before I started this was I went ahead and I tapped each one of these little springs just to kind of separate the seats. Yeah, I might need my smaller magnet. All right, once you get everything placed on this thing, then you're going to snug it down, all right? And just compress the thing. As you can see, It compresses everything beautifully. And you just take your little magnet, pull out your retainers. Since I'm not reusing these, it doesn't really matter how I go about it. And just take everything off. And we're going to be going ahead and replacing the seats and the springs at the same time. So you got it loosened up. Voila! There's the springs. Grab some pliers. We'll get those seats out. There we go. My new stuff came with new seats and new stuff, so we'll go ahead and get those and get them installed. Not too difficult, right? Yeah. All right, so that head's done. That didn't take too long. I think that was probably about maybe 30 minutes or something like that. You know, a little bit of learning along the way, but some nice new rings or springs with new titanium retainers. So we'll get this head cleaned up because, as you see, it's pretty freaking dirty. And then we'll get slapped on the motor. On to the next one. This is for everybody that's getting ready to do the trunion upgrade. I bought this little tool, although I've heard after I purchased this, because this tool is probably about 40 bucks on eBay, and it's not hard by any means, but I heard that there's a thing you can buy from Harbor Freight. It's an arbor press basically that you can do same kind of thing, it's just a little faster. But anyways, so this is the trunion upgrade. The reason that you do this is because of the fact that these little bearings inside of here will actually kind of come apart and send little tiny bearings, rod bearings, throughout the entire, head and all through your motor and stuff. So anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to change out the piece of that. I've already done a couple of these just to kind of get it down, but it's pretty easy. This little piece right here is magnetic, so you can get yourself a little vise if you have one. So let me turn this down a little bit so you can see it. All right, and this little piece right here is basically just like a little bullet. I know it's kind of hard to see with my black gloves. There you go. All right, this just kind of goes in here in between, right on the actual, on this part of the rocker arm, basically. So it's going to go right there, right in the middle. So you see that part that kind of turns and stuff? That's the part you're going to be pressing out. There's a bearing on the outside of that with this little piece to hold it. But basically, we're going to be pressing out that whole center piece. It's pretty simple. Like I said, once you get it lined up, all you do is you just sit there and spin it. It's not that hard to do. But once you get it in and done, then you can pull it out. And you can see what you got. So this is a perfect example of what they're talking about with these bearings coming apart. Because this one just came apart. So anyways, so that's what you're left with. And this is the part we're going to replace, put a little bearing in there that doesn't come apart. But as you can see, these little rod bearings, I don't know if you can see that on the GoPro footage. Those little bearings are what gets sent throughout your motor. So, and it comes apart. As you see, this one came apart. That's what's left. So, yeah, you don't want that going through your motor. But anyways, I'm gonna get the rest of these changed out, and then we'll go on to the next part of putting the actual trunnion kit upgrade in them. All right, well, we are done for the night. I'm gonna call, well, not really done. I'm gonna call it a night. I got all the trunnion upgrade done. So this is basically what it looks like when it's all done. So you got a little snap ring that kind of helps hold the rollers in, and it helps keep the bearings in and stuff like that. So if something does happen, it doesn't go everywhere in your motor. But as you see, they are all done. Oops. So we're gonna leave them here. I'm gonna clean up, get cleaned up, and leave it for the night, and maybe come back tomorrow. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Peace.